Purposeful living of an unexplained existence. Know what they say? If you ain't living, you just existing. We try and live this life to the fullest. Neighborhood, love God.
If you eat good, you good. If you think good, you good. If you feel good, you good. If you see good, you good. You get all this in the neighborhood. Bring back business in the neighborhood. We gon' partner in the neighborhood. You just gotta nurture the nature. You just gotta nurture nature. You just gotta nurture nature. You just gotta nurture the nature. Build a family in the neighborhood. Grow your own food in the neighborhood. Start your schools in the neighborhood.
I'm saying, you know, we gotta start off the day with that good neighborhood juice. You dig? It's that melon hydration, man. But yeah, man. Hope everybody's day is going great. You know, mine's is going lovely. You know, especially when you're hydrating in the morning, you heard. But man, I just wanted to get on here and talk to y'all a little bit about, you know, why do I grow, or why do I consistently advocate, or why am I a consistent advocate for growing your own? Well, that's a great question. And no, this show isn't just based on growing your own. It's a part of something that we do in the neighborhood. I like to call this show more so more life shows, teaching you just about more life, how to bring about putting more life into the body, whether it be knowledge, spiritually, out here growing your own, or you know, just living life. You know what I mean? Doing what you love to do. And why am I a consistent advocate for growing your own? Is because out of food we eating is not real food at all. You know, a lot of it is not real food. You know, they push us further and further away from eating real food, and you gotta ask yourself at some point, why are we getting all these diseases? Why are we feeling so bad about ourselves? How did all these random diseases start coming about that didn't exist years ago? Well, a lot of that has to do with the food. The food that we've been eating or consuming. You know, all these snacks, these treats, that's giving us all this information, cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, like you name it, you know, that didn't really exist years ago. And that's because we get pushed further and further away from being out here, you know, being out in nature, being away from our essence, and, you know, truly knowing what it is to eat from the land, you know. And it's sad because a lot of us have never eaten from the land at all. And to push it even further, a lot of us have never eaten real food. A lot of us either barely eat real food or we never have eaten real food. What is real food? Real food is one that uplifts, encourages, purges, rejuvenates, remineralizes the body. If your food doesn't do that, it's not food. It's just something to fill the body up. And the body's so magnificent, it's just gonna try to make food out of anything. You feel me? So it's gonna try to do something, make something work. And you know, the reason why I'm such an advocate, again, like I said, for the grow your own, is because, you know, a lot of the real food is tainted nowadays by the system. You know, sprayed with all these chemicals. Of course, GMO. Not hybrid, but GMO. There's a difference between hybrid and GMO, people. Big difference. Um, Hybrid is something that's selectively bred throughout time, either through nature or through the people. GMO, something that is a fruit that's imitated or recreated and taken and made unnaturally. Made unnaturally. It's like creating a line and like a lion and I think what they mixed, a lion and a tiger, and made a liger or something like that. That's unnatural. That's playing God. So what do you expect out of that? It's like all these French bulldogs, you feel me, that have all these immediate issues with themselves because they're unnatural. You know, they're GMO. You know, and you know, GMO could go a long way. It's not just in our foods. It's in your meat. The meats that you eat, the chicken, chicken's GMO. It's not natural. Chicken doesn't occur in nature. Cow doesn't occur in nature either. You know, turkeys. Oh, like, come on, man, we can go deep. And this is why we teach you guys. Well, this is why I show how to grow your own, so you don't have to depend on a broken system that just cares about profit. Two, that only cares about profit, and not only that, but pushes the message of all this stuff that we've been eating is food. Because, you know, again, a lot of it is for big profit, and if you know better, you do better. And a lot of these things are connected, you know. So, you know, the health industry or pharmaceutical industries are connected to the, you know, dairy, cow industry, the meat industries, and, you know, all the whole nine. You know, we ain't gonna get into all that, but, you know, it's such a superpower that comes with actually knowing what you're eating and knowing where it comes from. I want us to live in a time, or I want us to get back to a time, because I can't even say that this is a new time. Like, we think that a lot of these things that we do now are new. It's just getting re-invited to us. We're reconnecting with the knowledge within that they've been doing years ago. You know, somewhere in the midst, we've been strayed away from our ways to eat unnaturally, to not heal or be able to heal or cleanse the body, to rely on other entities that don't even know how to heal to heal us. A lot of what we do, a lot of what we say, a lot of what we feel has to do with what we put in our body, whether it be mentally, spiritually, and it definitely has to do with what we eat. You know, a lot of that comes with growing your own. I want us to imagine a time, and we're getting back to it, but imagine a time. And honestly, I hate that word. I don't hate the word imagine, but I hate us constantly saying, yo, imagine a time, or dream about this, or imagine a time where we can all just go out and, you know, no, like, imagine it, but just for this sake, I'm gonna say, like, imagine a time where we can go out in the backyard, go get a fresh tomato. Feel me? It's from the backyard. Fresh tomato, free. You know what I'm saying? So fresh. And guess what? You could pluck this straight from the bush and eat it. Just straight from the bush. All I did is rinse it a little bit. And it tastes amazing. No chemicals, no nothing. Imagine you could go in your backyard and get a grape. Feel me? Imagine you go in your backyard and get this. Imagine. And I want us to actually stop being in the space of imagining we could do something and actually do it. You know, because it's possible. You know, they keep us imagining so that eventually, and a lot of us that are creatives and that do imagine and do dream, when stuff don't happen immediately, or you just see the challenge ahead, we quit. We've been imagining for years about stuff like this. When are we gonna actually do it? I'm a believer. I'm definitely a believer of manifestation. And if you believe it or think it, you could get it. But I'm an even bigger believer in actually executing, matching that belief with the execution. You know, let's not say, like, we talk generational wealth, we talk about generational health, but how much of us are actually executing it? How much? What steps are we taking to do so? You dig? What I want, like, imagine a time where you could just go to your neighbor and be like, yo, let me get a mango, or yo, let me get an avocado, I'll give you a tomato, you know what I'm saying? Or I'll give you a pear, and I'll give you some pears for some mangoes, or pears for some avocado, you know what I'm saying? Imagine a time like that. Imagine. It's not that far-fetched. We used to do this. You know? We used to do it. I want us to really truly feel what it feels. And not even feel, but be healthy, full of life, reinvigorated. We ain't gotta smoke all this stuff. We ain't gotta drink our pain away or smoke and get high, because all this stuff is within us. All these minerals, all this stuff is within us. If you dig and tap into the knowledge deep within. You feel me? A lot of people ask me, man, how do I stay full of joy or happy, just full of life and high on life type. Listen, I'm not always high on life. Feel me? I'm normal. I have days, but I say 80% of the time I'm high off life. That's because I tapped into within. I tapped into that natural high within, which is already built within us. That could take you higher than what any drug can. You feel me? So it's about putting more life in the body. You dig? That's what it's about, man. That's what it's about. That's why I try to push the message of grow your own, so we could learn the land, learn how to cultivate on the land, learn to be self-sufficient and actually grow our own. Whether you're man or female, it's not a gender thing. All of us can do it. It's not a gender rule of how to grow your own. You know? It's not about just women growing their own. It's not about men. It's about all of us coming together and growing our own. And actually taking back our own food. The most important things in life are tainted by the system. Our food, which isn't even food. Eat all these snacks that are enriched with all these synthetic minerals that aren't really even good for us. That aren't good for us at all. Then they try to push vitamins on us. You feel me? Which aren't good for us because it's synthetic at the end of the day. So one may ask, where do we get the minerals and all that from? It's the food, the living foods, the fruits, the veggies, you know what I mean? And what better way to get that than your backyard? You know? It's time.